Good morning, everyone. Oh, this. Do you reckon I'm a bit high at the moment? Hold on. Ooh. Good morning, everyone. Fully expecting the kids to come in as always. Are you?
Always.
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 So we're going to start with. Do you want to bring this up?
I just want to really apologise for the entire nation, the entire world who may be watching us, whoever does watch this, for that.
Well, no. We know people watch this, so don't say that anymore.
Okay, I apologise to those of you who watch this for that.
Yeah, right. I'm not thinking this is my best Hawaiian shirt choice. Interestingly, I feel this is probably the most Hawaiian of my Hawaiian shirts. Or garish.
It's like something Grandpa Joe or something would, that kind of character in all those dodgy Hollywood films.
It was a present from one of my bestest friends who happens to also be called Alan. Yeah, well, I've got all those sorts of things. Well, the thing is, we've discussed this before. We have quite a lot of yellow clothing, but we set yellow tuxedo up at the start of the winter. So we have lots of winter clothing, but not that much summer clothing.
Serious issues going
on.
We
do, but I have a lot of Hawaiian shirts, flowery shirts, because I wear them all the time. But I've only got a couple of yellowish ones. I've got 3 yellowish ones, and 2 are particularly horrific.
All my yellow clothing, bar a couple of tops, are wintry, and even worse than that, I ripped my last pair of jeans yesterday in a leg area, and it's getting bigger. And I really well, we're going into short weather, which is good.
Yes.
However, judging by the lack of massive bits of exercise and the fact that we're eating our house and home, well, literally the chocolate in our fridge didn't last more than a day, did it?
No, 2.
I very much doubt I'm going to get into my summer shorts this year without.
Not for me. I'm doing my 10,000 steps.
No.
I've lost weight since being.
Well, lost weight.
No, being bulgy is very different to not losing weight.
Being bulgy means you still wouldn't get into your shorts.
Well, I did start doing some exercise this morning. Anyway, let's not get onto a tit for tat.
So today, new week. New fresh week, sun is shining, sun is glorious. Sun is so glorious, it's meant to be like 21 degrees on Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think meant to be 20 odd degrees.
Just want to put out there, stay at home. I don't really want to preach to people who do, but stay at home. Honestly, I was watching the news, or not the news, I was watching all the articles online this weekend with everyone on the beach and in the parks and doing that. Just stay at home. Because the quicker we all stay at home, the quicker we all can leave again. So stay at home.
Well, that is true, isn't it? Regardless of what your thoughts are on anything, whether there is a conspiracy theory behind this or anything else, ultimately stay at homes before they're going to lift any restrictions. But that's not what we're talking about today.
No,
I'm still trying to get you back on track.
You've
gone on to chocolate, weight loss, before we were getting to the point of today's vlog.
So this week we have... start a new week, we start a new theme, and this is the same regardless if we were in lockdown or not in lockdown, how we approach our content strategy for our business, and how we do that as we break our month into chunks, and we have our end focus for our month, and then we work on our weekly content for that to go up to what the climax of what we're trying to promote is. Usually, obviously this is a bit different at the moment because not everyone's sure what they're promoting. But this week we have forged ahead, and our content this week is all about content, actually. And today's post we put on our Instagram grid, it was about the fact that we are very fortunate to have an amazing branding photographer that we work with called Amy from The Woman in the Wolf, and we pay for our yearly branding shoots where we have every few months we update our images, which is really lovely because especially if you like a nice shiny pretty curated grid. What?
Nothing.
All right. It's great. At this point in time, we haven't got that luxury of having branding imagery to use. So at this point, sat in our homes, what can we be doing to be creating content that is still worthy of people reading and wanting to talk about? And let's face it, how long can we ride this gravy train of COVID-19, pandemic? What can we do? Or that panic? Actually, we need to be getting productive again and
standing out in the crowd is kind of which is one of our taglines.
If we talk about the panic more so than we're talking about our services and our lives and the wins and all that great stuff, then really we just become the noise, and that's not what we need to be. That's not what we want to be doing right now. Do you agree?
Yeah. We always have to be accepting of the situation because it's horrific, and there's a lot of people who aren't coping as well as others throughout it for various reasons. There was a nurse on Chris Evans' radio this morning talking about how she's committed to her job so much that actually she's not seen her child for a few weeks because she's in isolation when she comes home. You know, they've got whatever, I don't know what their setup is. So yeah, but no, so accepting of that, but then come on, let's what can we do? What's the opportunity here? And that's where Emily's talking about what's the content opportunity. And once again, you know, look, we are advocates of the Chris Evans radio show on Virgin. We listen to it most mornings.
Shares out in that show.
Yeah, we should. But one of the things, funnily enough, that kind of linked without us even thinking about it this morning was he was talking about the Joe Wicks. He was talking about the Joe Wicks wearing a Spider-Man suit on Friday for his PE and how a lot of the followers and watchers were doing that. And why are we not wearing fancy dress more often? And actually, not just fancy dress, why are we not going out feeling a bit pizzazzy? And if I'm honest, that's one of the reasons I wear Hawaiian shirts, because I've got an absolute drawer full of dowdy grey black t-shirts. They don't make me feel special. Whereas when I wear Hawaiian shirt, well, yeah, look, I accept its garishness, but at least it makes me feel a little bit more pizzazzy. And actually, yesterday,
or like in the in-between is jazzy.
Jazzy, yeah. So you know, that's so. What can you do to make your content a bit different? We've seen some great stuff out there. We've seen a bar company who's obviously restricted using Lego to tell stories.
Brilliant. Their story at the moment is brilliant.
You know, can you get the kids involved? We've got our youngest Joseph on. Today's picture, Monday's picture on Instagram and Facebook. You know, what else could you do? What can you do a bit different to make yourself feel jazzy, to pizzazz up your content around the house? Because ultimately the majority of your followers are buying into you. So let's showcase you. If that's what you want to do, because a lot of brands don't, they want to be more about the brand rather than the person. But the majority are about the person. So let's showcase you. What can we do to be a bit more engaging? What can we do to stand out? What can you do to make yourself feel jazzy today? And yeah, let's get sharing. Tag us with hashtag #BeMoreYellow always, because then we can see what you're up to and we can share that out because we like doing that.
But that's a really good point, Anna's to say. Tagging with the hashtag that we're using at the moment. We were talking to another client last week about that and how can she start brightening her grid, because let's say her living room's grey and not much going on there. But she has a product that she's offering at the moment. I'm not going to talk about what it is. But using a hashtag to get your clients to use the hashtag so that they can share your product or service in their own homes, at least you're widening that pool of people who you're opening that out to. So whether you have a branded hashtag that you're encouraging, like, we use CANVA, candles in my head for chalk and cheese melts, for example. Using a branded hashtag for your clients to use as they're lighting their candle in their house, looking at their latest votive holder, all that kind of stuff. It may not be what you always talk about, but at least it opens up a different kind of spectrum than your living room or your kitchen, or a picture of your stationery and your computer, which, yes, I understand the context behind the captions that you're going to be rewriting, but let's face it, we work with our eyes, we shop with our eyes. If every single image we all see is going to be all the same kind of drab, kind of very prescriptive kind of content, people are going to go scroll past. They're not going to read your caption to get the idea of why you posted that picture of your computer in your stationery. So think outside the box. I love that phrase. You like me to create the box for you, though?
I'm just trying to wrap this up. I'm not, because if this
is
he's
grumpy.
Well, no, because you're like proper Jack and I may be doing this, but you're like Jack and Ori's story. So I was just trying to keep it under 10 minutes because I have sharing issues. Right. But no, that's fine. So no, I do say I'm not very good at creating the box, but I'm very good at thinking outside the box. Whereas Emily's quite good at creating the box, which is one of the many reasons we work well together. Don't do that. There's people watching, so don't be grumpy.
I think you've just been grumpy.
No, not really. Yeah. Right, come on then, let's draw a line. So, what are you going to do today to be different on your content? Jazzy. Think outside the box. Engaging photos. Hashtag #BeMoreYellow. What's your hashtag? Put it below. We'd love to see what's going on. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Still filming.